43, hey, got it bounce on one take.
It's a 2K TV interactive special. Plus, we check in with the NBA 2K League, update you on neighborhood events, and we have more of your top plays.
Welcome to a brand new episode of NBA 2K TV.
We are giving you guys the chance to earn some extra VC with an entire episode dedicated to 2K TV interactive trivia. Brought to you by Kia, the official automotive partner of the NBA. Give it everything. And this time, we've increased the difficulty.
That's right, with the NBA returning soon,
Welcome, everyone, to Noche and Beyond. A Latin theme is the backdrop to tonight's festivities. And tonight, we'll see the New Orleans Pelicans as they go up against the Houston Rockets here in Toyota Center. Along with Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. And joining us tonight, Emmy-nominated writer-producer Bill Simmons. Again, you're in the seat, and again, we're so lucky to have you.
I can't believe Brent Barry's here. How'd you get him?
And told him that you were going to come in.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of sushi. And told him you were going to join us.
Wow. Four of the greats. I'm so delighted to be here.
DA, take it away.
Rockets coach Mike D'Antoni is the modern-day godfather of pace and space. His teams in Phoenix popularized small ball, moving around and pushing the tempo in their 7 seconds or less offense. It's ironic that now his Houston team plays a much slower isolation style of basketball.
Whatever works, David. Thanks. Now a chance, guys, to examine the rebounding numbers over the past months for him.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him, and a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that coach would probably like to see him reverse.
Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5, and it's Ball in at the point. And for the Rockets, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. PJ Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's House in at the small forward. Bill, when it comes to opinions on Russell Westbrook's game, people have a lot of different points of view. What's your thought?
I mean, there's never been a more polarizing player in this generation than him. And I didn't think he was the MVP 2 years ago. I actually thought he was a little underrated last year. I voted for him for second team All-NBA because he just plays hard every single night. And he's frustrating. And he's going to do 7 things in a game that you don't like. And he takes too many shots. And he's hard to play with. But the force of personality and the intensity he has night after night after night in this league where everybody's load management and picking their spots, like I really respect it. So I've come around a little bit. I think I don't know how much longer it's going to last.
He's a warrior.
Like one of those football running backs.
Yes.
It's like, oh man. And that's what it's like to watch Westbrook.
That's a good comparison. The first one falls.
Yeah, impressed with the work ethic of Ball. You can see a desire to want to be great, and he's going to continue to work on improving those weaknesses.
He doesn't get the second one. The Rockets perpetually knocking on the door. At what point, though, Bill, do you think their window will close?
I think that point happened in May of 2019. I think they had 2 years to win the title where everything was lined up for them. 2018, they're up 3-2 against the Warriors. The Warriors are tired. They seem like they're fading. They can't close. I think the key for them is the difference between being a regular season team and a playoff team. They're a great regular season team. But the playoffs every year become more and more complicated, smarter, more you got to come up with a plan C, a plan D, a plan E as the series goes along. And their plan A is kind of what they ride with. They get tight, the crowd gets tight, things slow down. What's your plan B? And they haven't been able to figure that out.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. Here's Ingram, shoots over Tucker. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers. And that one's good. House.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Outside Holiday. Launches a 3. Here's Favors. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
Westbrook dishes to Tucker. Harden outside. Pass to House. Back to Harden. And stolen by Favors. It's 2-on-1. Here's Ball. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Yeah, and Ball just really good at running in transition. Smart at knowing where to sprint to in the open floor.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Bill, you study pop culture. The 2K Esports League is a phenomenon right now, which is sweeping the country. Do you think that's going to alter the perception of gaming in any way?
Yeah, I would say it has one of the best chances of any esports league to succeed because people just love basketball. And you can feel it there in the offseason. The shift in basketball content and the fact that it's now a 12-month-a-year sport for us. And now it goes from the playoffs to the draft to where people going in free agency. And then that plays out for a month, and then something else will happen. All of a sudden, it's August.
Summer leagues are
summer
coming
leagues
up.
happening, and then all of a sudden the season's close, and then you just kind of recycle, and it's a 12-month-a-year sport.
Right.
And this is the attack mindset you want to see coming into the game.
Tone setting right here early. Love that tenacity.
And a slam dunk by Favors.
Well, an outstanding floor general right there. Holiday has switched between point guard and off guard, and a great feel for when guys are open.
Bill, I wanted to go back to what you were talking about with the 2K League, and you mentioned how basketball has grown into essentially a 12-month-a-year sport.
For me, a 2K Esports League just makes sense. It fits into that. I think people love the players. I think they care about these athletes in basketball so much more than the other sports. And for me, it's really gratifying because I've loved basketball my whole life. And for a while there, when I grew up as a kid, they would tape delay in the finals. And, you know, it was like the second-tier league. And now to see how popular it is and how much people love it, it's just, I feel like I was in early. I'm sure you do too.
Absolutely. I mean, when Magic Johnson is a rookie and starting at center in Game 6 in Philadelphia, yes.
And it was tape delayed.
And it was tape delayed.
My beloved Boston Celtics won the 1981 title, and it was on tape delay in Boston, and I went to bed, and my dad woke me up to watch the game for me, and it's not even 40 years ago. So I think the other thing that really helps with the 2K Esports League is that these guys play 2K, the actual players.
Right.
They
care about it.
They care about it. They have an incredible amount of time on their hands because they're too famous and they can't go anywhere. So they're in hotel suites. They're bringing with the PlayStation or Xbox with me, with them. They're playing their friends. They're playing each other online. And this is what they're doing all day.
And, Bill, we were talking about how so many NBA players are playing 2K these days and getting to play online against people you don't know.
Yeah.
Can't see.
I remember my buddy Gus, who I played a ton of video games with in the 80s. The first time we could play online against each other was like a really pivotal moment in both of our lives. Sometime in the mid-2000s. You're just like, this is amazing. You're in Connecticut, I'm in LA, and we're playing video games. This is great. We've arrived.
Rivers hits both of them. Bill, it's no secret that your heart lies in Boston. Just what was it like growing up in and around that area?
Well, it's definitely the reason I like sports as much as I do because it's so sports obsessed. A lot of it is cold weather stuff, I feel like, where there's 5 months a year that just stink, and then there's 3 other months that, you know, it's just smoking hot and humid. And so the sports makes everybody kind of crazy because you're crazy anyway, but there's nothing like being in Boston when something good's happening, like Celtics making an NBA playoff run, or the Bruins making a cup run, or the Red Sox in September when the Yankees are coming to town, or the Saturday before a Patriots game. You can kind of feel it as the community of it. That's the difference between here and a place like LA.
It's formed you as a professional.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Here's Rivers. The Pelicans make their last shot. Here's Gordon, shoots over Redick, drops it in from 11 feet.
Great finish from Gordon in traffic. You like to see the smaller guys operate down low as long as they're patient.
Hart the pass to Redick. And Gordon over to help. Back to Hart. Launches it. Doesn't go that time.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Shoots from 14. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Well, getting your rocking chair as Rivers does the weave through the D makes that look easy.
It's stolen by Green. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Left side, Gordon. That puts them in the lead. Gordon's got his second bucket of the night.
Soft leaner with no one there to contest. Probably made it a little more difficult than he had to.
They get a hand on it, and stolen by Gordon. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, Eric Gordon is always a threat as a 2-guard to score. However, the defense gets a little too physical with him there, which is why he gets to the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. And he's good on the second. 8 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And a deep three from Redick. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Rockets lead by 2. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. Russell Westbrook has surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power of positivity with his teammates.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to find ways to be a better leader. Leadership was a huge thing, and I felt the way I reacted to certain plays and my facial expressions and my demeanor can change a lot for a teammate.
Well, you can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around him.
And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. And so in the game for the Rockets, Ben McLemore is out there with Rivers. Then it's Green. Then it's Damari Carroll. And it's Gordon in at the 3 slot. So it's the Rockets now, following the score by New Orleans. Fires from the wing. Goes back up. And Green puts it in. Green's got the game tied up here for the Rockets.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Bill, you wear so many hats, writing, producing, performing. You're running the Ringer, which is highly successful. What role satisfies you the most?
I would say working with young people and try and help them get better. I think that's the coolest thing you can do, especially if you feel like you've done some good stuff and accomplished some things and realized some dreams. Like, the next thing to do is just to, can you help other people get to where they should go?
Well, a lot of this wasn't around when you and I were growing up. So
No.
what were your dreams?
My dream initially was just to write a sports column that people read.
In the
That's what
Globe.
I wanted forever, yeah. And then the most satisfying thing is just not knowing what's next, but taking chances and hoping things are going to be fun and work out. You have to have a good team around you, and you have to have like 6 or 7 awesome people that you completely trust who can help you do stuff, because it's impossible to do everything yourself, especially if you're trying to increase the scale of what you're doing. And I think that even works for an NBA organization. You know, it's not like one person running everything. I would say putting a good team around you is the most important thing.
One shot.
He throw good, James Harden.
And the way Harden plays the game, incredible. So much energy and really as creative as they come.
Now here's Williamson. Wow, hammering it in.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. High arcing shot, and Holiday with the lay-in. And it's a 3-point Pelican lead. And from everything we're hearing, Bill, the draft's one and done aspect may be coming to an end. Like it?
For me, the G League is the key to all of this. I would like to see the guys come right out of high school and go into the G League and have an actual infrastructure that's attached to the real team.
And the G League is having an effect on the NBA. There are a lot of former guys from that league playing in the big league.
And the other thing is, like, sports rights are becoming more and more valuable with the streaming services, and just the fact that you can watch a game anywhere you are. You can watch it on your phone. You can watch it if you're in China. You can watch it if you're in Hawaii. And I think the G League should be a bigger thing. So if they can figure out a way to kind of steal college basketball's corner with some of this stuff, while also preparing these guys. The one and done, that makes no sense to me. I don't understand what anyone gains from going to college for 5 months and then pretend they're a college student.
Now Holiday after Eric Gordon's three-pointer that didn't go. Ingram against Harden, and it's in there. Harden's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Inside, outside, Harden will attack you from anywhere. Nice play.
Bill, if you're building a franchise from scratch, which one current player would you begin with or build around?
Probably Giannis, because he's
Still
turning
young
25 this year. I still feel like the ceiling of what he's going to do is go up as he becomes more of a shot maker. He's really durable, which I think is underrated. Like, he's just built to play basketball. There's certain guys like that. I think Kevin Garnett was like that. Tim Duncan was like that. Just guys who you just know are going to be around for 17, 18 years. The way I like to watch the running styles, and the game just comes so easy to him. He's so athletic and really cares and is really competitive and just wants to do this and win at basketball. That's what I think.
Ingram wide open. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ingram's got the lead up to 5 now for the Pelicans. Here's Westbrook. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Westbrook's got his first points of the night.
Getting a little bit more room here from the mid-range, the explosive shot area, getting quick to that spot and separating from the defender.
And the rejection by Harden. Here's Covington over Williamson. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one. It's going to be on Zion Williamson.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
The Rockets shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. Free throw drops for Covington. The Rockets making a switch here. House is checked in. Hayes, he's checked in for the Pelicans. And so he hits both. A minute 42 left in the first half of basketball. Ball with it. Westbrook picks him up. And slam dunk by Ingram.
Yeah, and Ball, transcendent talent, I think, has a real skill for finding his teammates when they have those good looks at the rim.
Now, here is Harden. He's coming off a 37-point game against the Lakers.
Yeah, but all around offensively, the performance was great. He knew when he had it going, but he also knew he could get other guys going. So his passing right up there on the level with his scoring in that one.
Bill, we so appreciate you stopping by, spending some time with us. Always feels like there's so much more to talk about, which means We got to get you back here if you don't mind.
Yeah.
We'll look forward to that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You know, Brent, it's a different kind of broadcast with Bill Simmons mic'd up. He lets it rip.
Well, the thing about Bill is he's not going to hold back. He has some great, strong opinions, and he backs it up with a lot of facts due to the fact that he knows the history of the game quite well.
Now, here's Ball. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Sacramento.
And, guys, the other thing that he did well was just facilitate the offense, pass the ball around beautifully in that one, seriously put on a passing clinic.
Tucker can't get it to go.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Ball, no good. Last outing for the New Orleans Pelicans. It was a loss to the Kings. Here's Westbrook. Here's Tucker. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
He seems to be in the right place at the right time more often than anybody that's on the court here tonight. We see that pay off.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And that 84% free throw percentage is a testament to all the hard work he's put in on the line.
And it's tied up with that one. Redick with it from deep three-point range. James Harden getting it done for Houston. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. They couldn't hold on to the slim lead they had at the start of the second quarter and headed into the locker room with the game all knotted up. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, their reserves showed up tonight, not just on hustle plays, but in points. And that's what you got to do coming off the bench to maximize your minutes.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Pelicans?
Well, if you can't shoot the ball, you might want to stop chucking it up. They keep trying the three, but it's not going down. They're relying too much on the three ball, way too much. It's good when it's falling for you, but when it's not, you have to try something else.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
And, guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. So for New Orleans right now, Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Favors in at the 5 down low. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball for the lead. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Ball's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career. And maybe the most popular player to enter the league since social media became truly pervasive. Zion Williamson handles it with class. He really appreciates his teammates and his coaches and really respects the game.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. And talking to stars in this league, even they want to see what Williamson's going to do next.
Sure. We talk about the leaping ability at his size, the handles, the shot making. But what really stands out when you watch him live, the instincts. Being at the right place at the right time and always seeming to make the right play.
And he sinks the second. Brent, the league's been trying to clean up some of the physicality that we see, some of the jawing, but there are some players that do a great job of nonetheless getting under an opponent's skin.
I don't think, Kevin, over the past couple of years, we would deem the NBA as being more physical than at any other time. Would we say that?
That's true.
We would never say that. But there are still irritants in the game. And the reason why those guys do that is because that's their competitive advantage. And that's the way the league is always going to operate. There are going to be guys out there who are going to use either their intellect to get inside your head or do things on a physical level that are going to cause you to think about what it is you're doing on the floor. And when you find those guys, they're really interesting players to watch. You're not going to replicate their shooting form, Kevin. But in terms of sometimes their approach, there are things that you might be able to learn from a Draymond Green or a Marcus Smart.
There's no doubt. Here's Ball. Following the score by Houston. Double team on Holiday. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Right side, Covington. And it's Williamson with the rebound. Pelicans trail by 3. Holiday, no one around him. They get it again. Goes up again. Here's Favors, and they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards in one trip down the floor. Now a timeout called by Houston. A whole new cast of characters for the Pelicans. 3 promising first-round picks, Greg, and the young players acquired from the Lakers and veterans like Favors and Reddick.
All of a sudden, a wealth of options for Alvin Gentry. Time will tell how they did in the AD trade, but seems like they're off to a nice start.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Tamari Carroll's checked in for Robert Covington. And Eric Gordon subbed in for Danuel House. Okafor is checked in for the Pelicans. Now, when he came into the league, Eric Gordon was tagged as a shooter. Now he's been shooting more than ever.
And Gordon the last few seasons has been shooting, how about this, over 8 threes a game. His success rate with them has gone up and down over the years, but one thing is for sure,
that free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. It's off to Utah for him after this game as they take on the Jazz. And that game will be 4 out of 5 on the road for the team. Outside Holiday. Back to Ball. Outside Holiday. Just 5 on the clock. Okafor. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Okafor's got it all tied up now for New Orleans.
Well, you like guys who can work that in-between area, really keeps the defense honest.
Oh, man, that is just easy for him out there. At his size, with that kind of touch, that is money.
And here's Holiday. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Now here's Gordon. Misses the 3. And in transition, it's Ingram. Here we go. Carroll with the rebound. For Houston, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. In the corner, it's Gordon. Passes it to Westbrook. Over Ball. And it's Westbrook missing.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
Ball with the bucket.
And the height of Ball really allows him to finish over the defense. Even when you make contact, he just seems to power through with his size.
Now, here is Harden. 12 points for him. And it's Melly with the rebound. On the wing, Holiday. Defended by Gordon. Here's Melly. Got a hand on it. We've got 1:55 left here in the third quarter. Harden kicks to Gordon. From deep. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Now here is Holiday. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Here's Okafor. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. And Westbrook, here we go. Carroll up top, kicks it to Gordon. From deep three-point range, Okafor grabs the miss.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard. Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see who's led the league in blocks in the second half of the season. The 4th spot held down by Robert Covington.
He's been protecting the rim as well as anybody in the league during that stretch. I mean, he is not making it easy to take the ball inside.
Here's Rivers. That one wide left. New Orleans in the lead. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That is his first foul of the game. There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Hayes the pass to Jackson. Here's the teardrop. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off. So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
And for him, that is an ugly trip to the line. Rarely do you see him do that.
And it's Green missing. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Redick inside the line. And again, no good by New Orleans.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Rivers looking over the floor to end the drought. That's tipped, and as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. And stolen by Redick. The pass to Hart. Finished off the break. Hart's got 6.
Yeah, Redick more than happy to get off the ball that time and spot the open man.
He gets it up. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And we've reached the end of the third. Pelicans ahead. They lead by 4. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Robert Covington out there with Green. Then there's Austin Rivers. Then it's McLemore, and it's House in at the 3. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Back to Hart. 5 on the clock. From the wing. And that one hits back iron. Rockets trail by 4. Now here's Rivers. From 10 feet out. And Covington with the basket on the assist by Rivers. 6 points for Robert Covington.
You're not going to see him miss too many from there. Just a handful to defend.
Hayes dishes to Reddick. Pass to Hart. He kicks to Williamson. Intercepted. McLemore, the pass to Green. Back to McLemore to take the lead. No good that time. And here's Reddick. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. The lead is 2. Outside Jackson. Pass to Reddick. Here's Hayes. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. For the Rockets, P.J. Tucker comes in for Green, and Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Rivers. The Pelicans also changing it up. Derek Favors checked in for Hayes, and it's Lonzo Ball in for Frank Jackson. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Passes it to Williamson. Clock at 6. Here's Ball. A fresh 14 for New Orleans. Reddick for 3. Here's Williamson. And finally they hit one. And the Pelicans lead by 4.
And Williamson doesn't let up, consistently in attack mode. Love his rabid intensity on the backboard.
Now here's Tucker. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. No good on that one.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
And he gets it to go. And now a 6-point Pelican lead.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. A moment to check out who the New Orleans Pelicans have coming up. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Utah Jazz. And then on Saturday, they'll face off against Paul George and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And for that game against the Spurs, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Looking to get it going. Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Russell Westbrook.
So off the bounce, Russell's been good, but he's getting better setting up without the ball. He's really improving with his touch on those kind of shots.
Here's Hart. The pass to Ball. A 3-ball. It's good from long range. Ball's got the lead up to 7 now for the Pelicans.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
And Coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high-efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Derek Favors.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
If he could only contribute like this for them every night, you can't overstate how much better it makes this team when he has a game like this. And on the road, no less. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over that last break, I listened to Mike D'Antoni talk to his team. He said, this is where we make our move. This game's going to come down to big plays. Whichever team makes them is going to come out of here with the win. Kevin, we know what side he's on.
Now here's Ingram. Harden missing his last shot. With the floater, and Ingram finishes inside. And it's an 11-point Pelican lead. And Brett, with the corner three being such a popular shot, should we consider widening the court, making it all feel the same?
That's an interesting question, Kevin. There's been some talk around the idea of actually dissipating that three-point line into the sideline.
Yes.
And I really just wanted to say dissipating, by the way.
Well, and you said it well.
The other thing, Kevin, that has been considered, what if we went back to skinnying up the lane line, back to the original George Mikan days of the lane being 6 feet wide rather than what we see today at 12 feet? That would put a ton more value on post-up and two-point play, almost so much as the three-point shot and the two-point shot in the post equate to the same amount of points per possession.
When you're trying to claw your way back into a game, you cannot allow second chance opportunities.
Yeah, those are tough. You get back into the game by working harder than the other team, not the other way around. They're just going to extend this lead.
Drew Holiday is checked in for New Orleans. And that one falls for Favors. You know, Brent, something other major sports do, receding during the playoffs. So the highest seeds always will play the lowest seeds. And do you think the NBA should go down that road?
I think the consideration will still be there. I think that conversation is going to happen over the course of the next 2 or 3 years. I don't see it changing in that time, Kevin, but it's healthy to continue the dialogue to the point where maybe we do get there.
Mm-hmm. And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Pelicans.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Derek Favors.
Yeah, it felt like there was more than one of him out there tonight. He was involved on every possession, and he made his presence felt in so many ways.
Pass to Tucker. Looking to end the run. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Now Ball.
Bro, you just gonna let him go pass?
Drops in the layup for two. And the Pelicans lead by 18.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Derek, what was the focus for your team tonight?
No, we just came out and played hard. No, that was the whole purpose of practice yesterday. Fix what we did, importantly on defense, to just come out and play harder and just play better.
Yeah, the defense was outstanding tonight, and that led to the win. Thanks, Derek. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. See you next time.